all the lights that passing by, and all my thoughts they multiply. I see it flash before my eyes.
Welcome to my channel, guys. Thank you very much to Mazda Malaysia for letting me drive this car for 4 days so that I can feature it for you guys. I am in the Mazda CX-5 2.0 GL. For the record, I've never driven a CX-5. I've only sat in the passenger seat, so this is actually a first experience for me. So what you can expect to see in this video, there will definitely be a cinematic shots of this car because I just love doing those for you guys, as it really brings out the beauty of every car that I've filmed. Followed up with the driving experience segment where I'll talk to you about how the car drives, POV style. If you are new to my channel, POV style drives is my signature, where I started this channel from. On a side note, if you really like the POV drives that I do, support me by subscribing and I'll be able to feature more cars for you in the future. In the last part of this video, I'm going to show you guys around the car in a quick walk around tour. I'm not going to prolong this video too long, so it's going to be a quick one. And if you guys want to watch specific segments of this video, look out for the pinned comment in the comment section where I'll put timestamps leading to the specific parts of the video. So let's start with the cinematic shots. So I hope you guys enjoyed the cinematic shots of this car. I enjoyed making it. This color really brings out the beauty in this car. So this is the driving experience segment where I talk to you about how the car drives, and after this is going to be a walk around tour, so make sure to check that out as well. So first off, the engine. It's a 2-litre Skyactiv engine by Mazda. It's a naturally aspirated engine churning out 156 horsepower. In my opinion, I don't think that it's underpowered. The only thing that I would prefer that can be changed is the power delivery of this car, because it does feel a little lazy at times when I really want to accelerate. It just doesn't go as much as I want. And the steering is actually wrapped in a very nice leather. The leather that they use in the whole car actually has a very premium feel to it. And one thing that I really love, they have 9-3 indentations, which I always say so. And on the steering, you actually have 3 different controls. Your multimedia controls, this is your hands-free controls, and this is for your cruise control. And coming on to the seats is actually in fabric. There's no leather in the seats for this variant. Or the fact that they are all fabric, maybe some people don't really like it, but to me, I actually think that it's quite comfortable. And they actually provide some lumbar support as well. Although it's fixed, you can't adjust it, but I'm glad they did. There's also side bolsters, which keeps you in place, which is comfortable, soft, not very hard, so it's fine. So anyway, I'll talk more about the features of the car, like the seats and everything, which you can see in my walk around tour after this segment. And the transmission is actually a 6-speed automatic transmission, a conventional automatic. I must say they actually set up the transmission really well. It is very smooth for a 6-speed automatic, and in my opinion, again, I personally think this transmission is not suitable for spirited driving. Not that you cannot drive fast in it, but if you were to really push this car, it will actually drag on and on and on in the same gear, so it can even reach up to 5,000 and 6,000 RPM if you really want to push it. And I would prefer if they actually have pedal shifters so that I can control it through the steering like that, instead of using the Shiftronic. I'm not sure if they call it Shiftronic, but it's, yeah, you just push it to the right and move it up and down gears. Oh, and before I forget, all CX-5 from this variant onwards actually get GVC as standard. If you don't know what GVC, you can actually watch my Mazda 3 video or my CX-3 video where I actually explain about it a bit. So moving on to the NVH, the noise insulation in this car is just decent. The engine noise, especially when you rev up above almost 3,000 RPM, you can really hear it. It's very noticeable. Tire noise is decent, not that bad. That's good. So it's just the engine noise and the noise from the outside, which is not insulated really well. Let me show you guys some acceleration. But overall, the build quality in this car is actually very good. You don't get anything that's rattling, no such noises, nothing is loose at all. And ride comfort, the suspension is actually quite good at low speeds. It is actually not very bumpy, it is very comfortable at decent speeds, below 80 km/h. But that is all from the driver's perspective. I had some passengers in the back which told me that it felt quite bumpy at times, and the body roll is actually quite bad according to them lah. So you guys have to test drive it to experience it for yourself. And one of the most important points that you guys want to know, what's the fuel consumption like? I'm gonna input a short clip to show you guys my best fuel consumption. Well, it's not the best fuel consumption, but that's because of my driving. It really depends on your driving style. So overall, my conclusion of this car is that this car suits normal driving, the most city driving, that sort of thing. But it's not really for spirited driving. Maybe it's only this variant. This is the 2.0 GL. So make sure to watch my walk around tour for more of this car. That was the driving experience segment. I hope you guys find it informative. If you have any questions, just comment down below and I'll answer it. So moving on, let's jump straight into walk around tour of this car. I don't want to drag on for too long in this segment. So let's start with the front. But before I start with the front, let me just switch on the lights. So here it is. Let me just start by telling you guys the position of the lights. Signal light, this is your headlamp, that is your daytime running light, and this is your fog lamp. The signal light and the fog lamp is actually bulb, but the headlamp is actually LED and the fog lamp is also LED. I'm not sure if you can see it. Can you see? It's quite small, but it's bright enough. As you can hear, that's actually the engine in idle. I really must say this, but the designers of this CX-5 really deserve a huge thumbs up for making this family car so stylish. And if you look closely, you can actually see where it all comes from. The bold lines here, the huge chrome wing thing, and the logo obviously. And this is something to mention, the honeycomb grille. This really makes the car look very mean from the front. And did you realize I haven't said anything about this color? This color is actually stunning, man. When I first picked up this car, I was thinking to myself, I should have gotten this car for Chinese New Year. It's like a huge red packet. This is the Soul Red crystal. If you look closely under sunlight, it actually looks slightly different from the previous Soul Red on CPU units. This actually has more sparkle. But anyway, I have to say, if I were to get this car, I would actually get it in this color. If not, my second option would be the dark blue. So that's enough for the front. Let's move on to the side. These are actually 17-inch wheels, and I must say they are quite comfortable. And the tread wear for this is actually 480. So coming down the side, you actually get LED indicators on the side mirrors, and the skirting is also black. And this is the rear. The rear is actually as mean as the front in my opinion, complemented by the dual exhaust look and the mean, sleek tail lights. An all new CX-5 actually comes with GVC right now, and you actually get rear camera. So this is the key. Well, it's fairly simple, only lock and unlock, unless you want to take out the key, which you can just slide it out like that. Let's unlock it. Now, you see, why did I use the remote is because this car doesn't have keyless entry. So just as a personal opinion, I actually find it cumbersome not having keyless entry. Maybe I expect newer cars to actually have it. Plus, this car is actually not very cheap, so I don't know why they choose to leave it out. So once you open the door, you're actually greeted by an aluminium kick plate with illuminated CX-5 logo, which is very stylish. So you get the usual window controls on the door side. Top knob right here is actually for the side mirrors. There's also a button to fold and unfold your side mirrors. There's also a safety lock button for windows, and all 4 windows in the CX-5 is actually automatic. Yep, you heard me right, all 4 windows is actually automatic and it's standard. Coming on to the seat, all seats are fabric, no leather right here. This is a 2.0 GL. Everything in this model is manually adjusted. The lever right here is to recline the seat. This lever is to adjust the seat height, and there's a lever right here to adjust your seat front and back. You don't get any other buttons right here because this is the base model. All you get is an I-stop off button, and this is the TCS. Do not touch that for your safety. Right, so let's get in. Hear how the door closes. Solid. Let's start the car. Put your foot on the brake. Christmas tree. So let's give a few seconds to admire this beautiful all-new CX-5 dashboard. There are actually a few notable features that makes this dash stylish. The symmetrical air vents, this gun metallic part that runs across the dash. A fun fact, and also a very good fact for you guys who wants to buy this car, 85% of the cabin is actually wrapped in soft touch materials. This part, this part as well, this part as well. Oh, this part is not really soft touch, but wait, let me switch on the light. And even the doors, they're actually wrapped in leather and some soft touch fabric at the side. It is very well built, I must say. Coming to the center console, the leather wrap gear knob is also very nice to hold. Feels very premium. And this switch right here, it's actually a switch to change to sport mode. And this part is actually your multimedia controls. This is your electronic brake, and this is the auto hold button. So auto hold actually holds the brake of your car when you're in a standstill in traffic. Once you let go of your foot from the brake, if this is on, it will actually hold it in place so that your car don't roll forward, obviously. So you just step on the accelerator when you want to move. So as you can see, it's actually not so cluttered. Your climate control is actually here. It's dual climate control. And this is actually a 7-inch touchscreen loaded with the MZD Connect infotainment system. So moving on, glove box. Huge, decent glove box. Well, you wouldn't really find any fault with the storage compartments because everything is very practical. As usual, Japanese cars are great in this. Like, look at this compartment right here. It's actually perfect for your phone. There's also a 12-volt outlet. And if you look underneath the armrest, there's like more storage space with a removable tray. So in here, there's actually one power outlet, auxiliary cable port, 2 USB ports, and also a SD card slot. You can actually connect your phone to the infotainment system if you plug it into this USB slot right here with your cable. So on the steering wheel, you actually get your multimedia controls. This is your hands-free controls, and this is your cruise control stuff. And you actually get a 4.6-inch LCD display on the right for your car information, which you can navigate through by pressing on this info button here. Well, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but yeah. There. So that is all for the front. Let's get to the rear seats. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. I really have to say, I love the headlamps, man. I love the LED headlights because it's so bright. It's really the bright Daewoo type of headlights. The door side compartment is also very huge. So getting in the rear, well, you get a shorter kick plate, but then it's still illuminated. And the build quality of this car actually extends right back to the rear seats. I have to say that because certain cars have better quality up front, but not the back. So the back seats are spacious. Well, what more can I say from this? It's actually quite nice. Can't really find fault with that. This is actually my sitting position. Let me get in and show you guys. It is spacious, very spacious. I feel very comfortable back here because the seats are slanted a bit as well. So I can just like sit back and relax. But I better continue this video, I don't want to prolong it too long. So you get rear air vents. That is actually a plus point. Although you can't adjust the temperature, but that's fine. You can still on and off it. You also get a Mazda logo on the floor mat to remind your rear passengers that they are in a Mazda. So what else? This. Typically you get a center armrest for most cars nowadays. 2 cup holders, a storage slot. Well, I don't know why you're going to store it here. I think you're going to put your phone like this. There is also another compartment. And voila! Not sure if you guys can see this. Let me just show you guys what's this. It's 2 USB port for charging. Isn't that awesome? And this is only for charging. It does not connect to the infotainment in front. How many cars do you actually see it come with this kind of thing? Well, you can't access the back from the center seat, but not a big deal. I also found a very useful way of storing drinks. I mean, as a drink holder, as you can see here, this compartment right here is actually very useful for that. So the boot part, well, pardon me because it's so dirty while I've driven this car for a few days right now. Oh, I also forgot to mention the tail lights are actually bulb, but you actually get LED for the reverse light. So to open the boot, there's actually a button right in the center, and it reveals the 442 litre boot space. And if you were to put down the seats, which you can do so by pulling this latch and that latch over there, it will reveal a 1342 litres boot space, like so. It falls straight to the front, and you will notice there is actually 2 latches here because that makes the middle one go down, and this on the left, well, I don't know why that didn't go down. You can just easily push it. And the good thing is it is flat, so this car is actually very good for grocery shopping or your family outing shoppings, like so. Yep, that's mine. And this car comes with a spare tire. You can just pull this up and it reveals it. You get a tire inflator as well, where you plug it into the power outlet and other bits and bobs. That's your manual. Oh my god, the manual is so thick. Yeah, that's all. Oh, emergency kit. And I'm not sure if you noticed, this is actually a tonneau cover. Well, tonneau cover is actually a cover that covers the boot compartment, and you can actually take it out. Just take it out like that. And to put it back on, just pull like so. To close the boot, just slightly pull it down. It's not really heavy, it's fine. That is all for the walk around tour of this car and also the overall video for this car. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you guys want to watch more of these videos, support me by subscribing to my channel so that I can feature more cars in the future. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon.